We'll just call the meeting to order, and all three county commissioners are here, and it is now 10:05. We had a little bit of a glitch, and it's on August 21st, 2019. So we'll now have consents and approvals.
We have 34 listings, exonerations, 34 listings for $17,577.09. For requests for create statements, $9.16. Vouchers, general county fund, $125,984.37. Coal severance, $516.06. 911, $12,621.15. Chestnut Ridge Park, $721.41. Camp Muffley, $2,345.29. Mason-Dixon Park, $1,350.01. Teen Court, $2,500. Purchasing card vouchers, general county fund, $7,916.91. 911, $116.31. Camp Muffley, $533.96. Assessor's valuation, $46.10, for a voucher total of $154,651.57. They have position vacancies for boards and authorities: the West Run Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Mon County Development Authority, Mon County Building Commission, Camp Muffley Advisory Board, the Abandoned and Dilapidated Enforcement Agency, and the Route 2 I-68 Authority. Fiduciary orders for August 21st, 2019. And then we have a separate item that you need to...
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now the other item.
If you recall, a few weeks ago, the county clerk had said that there was a change in the law, that they have a legal authority now to do administrative closure of estates that are unprogressed or delinquent. We're ready to set a hearing date for that. They've requested October the 2nd of 2019 at 10 o'clock.
Is that our regular Wednesday?
That's a regular meeting, yeah.
That's fine.
Move to
Okay.
approve.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay, is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Introduction of any new employees? Do we have any new employees? Okay.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking over here. I apologize.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have two new grad students who are starting, Clancy Fyock and George Jacobs. And unfortunately, they have classes on Wednesday, so they weren't able to be here, but they will be working with us for the next academic school year. They are master's degree students at the Department of History at West Virginia University.
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Carrie. Okay. We now have comments from the public. Would anyone like to come down and speak? Well, you're going to do your presentation later. We got you separate. Okay. We'll put you next. Okay, seeing no one from the public, then we have Colleen Kuhn with grants.
I have a couple paperwork items I need you to sign for the Edward Byrne Justice Assistant Grant. This is for the Sheriff's Department. They've been allotted $15,371. They're going to be using those funds to purchase new computers for some of the deputies. And then I have for you to sign the certifications and assurances, financial management and system of internal controls questionnaire, and disclosure of lobbying activities.
Move for approval.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We will sign them in a little bit. And now we will have the Honorable Susan Riddle, Executive Director of the Greater Morgantown Conventioners and Visitors Bureau, Annual Report and Tourism Update.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I thank you for the opportunity to come and speak before you this morning. Blake Parley, my Public Relations and Communications Manager, distributed to you our most recent visitors packets that we have. But in there, which is the impetus for our appearance today, is our 2018 annual report. We have a lot of really great data in there. I know, Commissioner Sikora, you like to see lots of numbers, so there's lots of stuff that you want in there. The end result is that we continued through 2018 and actually into 2019 to have positive trends as it relates to positive increases in occupancy, positive increases in demand as well as positive increases in lodging revenue. Our goal is obviously, as I know you all know, one more night, one more dollar. But we track the one more night data primarily over the one more dollar. There's through our subscriptions that we have through Smith Travel. We have a lot of really interesting things on the horizon through the end of this year once we get through the heavy event season, which really ends for us in September. Not that there's not a lot of things going on through the rest of the year, but the heavy stuff ends in September. And then as we move into 2020, which is hard to imagine, but it's going to be 2020 already, we will be working on a rebranding campaign, which will be rebranding ourselves as Visit Mountaineer Country, because we will be representing not just Monongalia and Preston County, but Taylor County is also coming into our service area per their request. Taylor County and the City of Grafton, who have each had their own real visitor center, is really what they had. And we're working through that. That's going to be something, we have to change bylaws and some other things. But we will have a new visitor's guide we're going to be working on the first part of the year, and several other pieces of our material that we will be updating. But we've kind of, these packets, we essentially have two different versions. One is for our visitors, and then we have one for recruits, because we're really asked to get involved with sharing that, I want to say, vanilla, uniformed information, as we have major employers in the area and are looking for a neutral third party to assist with sharing some great information about our area. On our website, we have several new thumbs up categories. That's what we call it, as far as, and Blythe is always the one that keeps track of these things for me. But Best Outdoor City, we just had the Buckwheat Festival in Preston County receive a recognition on major event, as well as Mountain Fest. So we're always putting things out there to get more attention for the area, and it does drive our traffic. So with that being said, I thank you for your support. I can go on for tourism all the time, and Commissioner Bloom always reminds me, keep it short. But if there's anything that, any questions you might have or any information you would like, I'd be happy to answer those questions now. Otherwise,
not a question, but I'd like to invite you out. We do a walkthrough of the new 4-H and Extension Center that we're currently building. And we are also, Friday, I had a meeting with the Junior Angus Show as others to present what we have in the amenities and everything. So I'd like to invite you to come out. We do a walkthrough at 3 o'clock on Friday, if you're available, at the building itself. Okay, we'll be at West Ridge right before that, so if we're a few minutes behind, don't leave. We're coming back down. But I'd like for you to see what we're going to be able to offer in terms of these type of events coming up in the future.
it's exciting. Yes, I'd be happy to do so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
One
Thank you,
quick-
Blythe. Thank you, Susan. As always, a wonderful job in what you do in presenting this information.
Thank you.
One quick question. I know Mark Cesari, right, is that his name? Is on. I noticed in your packet you have a informational brochure about North Central West Virginia Airport.
I do.
But we have nothing on the Morgantown.
There's one in there.
No, there is one in
Was-
there.
There
There
was
should
in
be.
there?
If not, it's.
Yeah, it's in there. I saw it.
Yeah, we
page.
actually have.
Oh, it's a page.
It's a sheet.
Oh, it's a sheet.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Thank
not-
you. Good.
it's
Okay, I wanted to
not
make
a
sure we
card.
had that. Thank you.
As it
Thank you,
relates
good.
to the airports, we actually have 3 airports in the extended Mountaineer Country territory as far as we have, and we need to recognize all 3 for what
Right.
they are. Each one of them is a different gateway and services different customers
Right.
and has a different product. So information is in there on both of those
Right.
airports now.
I see.
Fairmont is a learn-to-fly kind of facility.
Yes.
But because we have questions, often recruits come from Pittsburgh and they're unaware that they possibly, if they're coming in from Chicago, they could go to North Central Regional
Right.
Airport. Whereas we do a lot with the Morgantown Municipal Airport. In fact, I got a call yesterday. They're having their September I'm going to call it owners meeting. It's not a shareholders meeting per se, but their owners meeting. And based on their last visit to Morgantown, they're going to have it here. So I got the call yesterday. We're working out rooms for them. They asked us to put together one of our tour itinerary kind of things. We reached out and got a hold of transportation. So we're working it. So they're very interested in Morgantown, and
Okay.
I use their service all the time. It's a level of customer service that you don't find in the big airlines. So
Good.
it's
Well, I
yeah.
appreciate it. I did not catch that at first.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
No, I'm very careful. We dot I's and cross T's in
I
both
know.
directions. So thank you very
I
much.
want to make sure that was
Thank
in
you.
there, so we didn't get yelled at. Okay. Thank you. Do we have any correspondence?
I do have a couple of items
Okay.
that came in after we had put the agenda out. While I was on vacation, actually, I got a response from the attorney for Mr. Keith Pappas regarding the request that we get a date scheduled for the Scotchell hearing. They say that the 4 weeks is not enough time to get something scheduled. So I told him I would ask and find out what
Does
your
somebody want
thoughts
to
are.
comment before I say something?
Well, this is a bit tiresome in that I feel that this commission has bent over backwards to try and schedule this particular hearing. If it needs to be extended another 4 weeks, so be it.
The important thing is we get a date.
Yes.
Yes.
And then once we set a date, that date isn't changing. So
Right.
if they need additional dates, then we need to provide them. But once we set a date, that date will not change.
Okay.
Yeah, could you suggest within the next 4 weeks again, because this has been
Yeah, I
going on
gave
for several
them,
years?
I gave them 4 different
Okay.
dates to
Thank you.
begin with.
Good,
And
okay,
Judge Starcher is now back in, with law school and everything, so.
okay, good,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
The other item I have received, and a lot of the other elected officials also received a copy of it, but it's a list of, from the State Auditor's Office, Mon County Notice of Auction of Delinquent and Non-Entered Land. It looks like it's mostly minerals. Is that correct, Kelly? Have you seen it? No? Okay. It's all, looks like it's minerals. So if the state's having a sale, I assume that's
Okay.
what it is. But we have it here on file if anybody would like a copy of it. The one other item is also from the auditor's office, and it is the RFP for the 2019, fiscal year 2019 audit. We've already sent a copy of it down to the clerk's office, so at some point, we'll need to get the audit committee back together. Obviously, the financial statement is not even completed yet, so I'm not sure when you all want to have them work on that, but we did receive that. That's it.
Unfinished business?
None.
As far as an action item on that then, Carrie, is that, will you take that lead or? how-
On the RFP?
Yeah.
You all need to approve it, and I believe Renetta publishes it in the newspaper to put the bids out. And then we would get the audit committee together to review the bids that are received.
We
That's what
actually
we've done
don't
in the
publish it in
past.
the newspaper, but we send the RFP out to every accounting firm that's on their approved list.
Okay,
So we'll do that, and then I guess the audit committee will meet after we get the deadline for those RFPs to come back.
Okay, so you'll take what they sent us and we'll approve that
Yeah.
in a future meeting, like next week or something?
Yeah,
Go
but-
ahead and get it out.
Yeah, I mean, they require us to, one of the questions is, when would the financial statement be completed? And we don't really have a date for that yet, so I'm not sure.
October 1.
I'm sorry?
It'll be completed by October 1. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
I've directed them to
Okay.
have it done.
Okay, so
It's
once we
due-
fill in those things, the RFP is basically ready.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
By the time that we fulfill our requirements to put out the RFPs, we will have the financial statement done.
Okay, so that's on us to
Mhm.
finalize that and get that out.
okay. Anything else under unfinished business?
we didn't have anything under
Okay.
unfinished business.
I have one item, just an update.
That was still correspondence.
Yeah.
Oh, that was correspondence, okay. Now unfinished business.
None.
Okay, I just have one simple item. OpenGov contacted me because they delayed having their program here, and they are working with J.B. McCauley to actually
McCuskey?
McCuskey. Yeah, J.B. McCuskey, who's trying to set up a regional program. And the question was, and I wanted to ask the commissioners, if they had a preference on, it's either going to be Thursday, October 3rd, or Friday, October 4th, and I didn't know which one you wanted. I know Thursdays are more difficult for you, Sean. So if it would be Friday, October 4th, that is, then the 5th is homecoming, and the only reason why I say that is because they may be staying for that game, the OpenGov coming in. So I didn't know if Friday the 4th would be okay, but I didn't want to state either of the two dates till I asked you. And then we would refer it back to them.
Okay, and this is a meeting with this auditor's office and OpenGov?
Yeah, but more with, it's going to be an informational for the entire region because they
Okay.
now have, the school systems are invited, that they now have that, and.
They're asking us to host it here?
Yeah, to host it here.
I'm free.
Okay.
In the time of the day they would expect it?
We could do whatever you wanted. I would recommend morning only because people
Traffic.
coming in for
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah, the 4th would probably be. a
Okay,
better day.
4th, good. That's what I was hoping. Okay, so we will pass that on, yes. Thank you. Okay, under new business, to consider request by Mark Music, assessor for use of the courthouse square on August 26th through 30th, 2019.
Vicki McCord is here from the assessor's office to speak on that if you have any questions. You have any questions about it?
No, I think you were
No,
just.
just for the public's,
Yeah,
for the
go.
public's benefit, what's the purpose of the
Vicki, you
use
wanna-
of the courthouse?
Yeah, that would be great.
This will be our last satellite for the year. We'll be taking assessment returns, farm forms, business forms, issuing dog tags, sheep and goat, anything like that. The only thing we cannot do is take payment on taxes.
Okay.
So it'll be just like having an office out there on the
Okay,
courthouse
great.
square. Yeah.
So they don't have to walk up the steps? and,
Yes,
you know,
to
so that's
trying
great.
to alleviate a little bit of the traffic with the September 1st deadline
Right.
coming up, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think that's a great idea.
Move for approval?
Second?
Properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Response to West Virginia State Auditor's Office regarding fiscal year 2019 carryover.
This is a request we get every year if the carryover is a certain percentage. Is that 10%, Renetta, or 20?
25%.
25%. I'm sitting here thinking that question as I was saying that. I should have known that ahead of time. But it's a response that we put together, and it basically explains the components. It provides a breakdown by sub-account of the carryover. So it's just a nice snapshot for the auditor's office. We did a similar report last year, and we didn't get any feedback from it, so it met its requirement. And then this year, in addition to our regular general fund, the request regarding the general fund, we also got a request regarding coal severance fund.
Right.
And likewise, that one's a little different. We just provided the breakdown by accounts and gave a reason why we had leftover funds. And that's, as you guys are well aware, we're very careful with our coal severance dollars. So that was just the result of us being very frugal with those dollars, and that's pretty much what we explained to the auditor's office. So we have the two letters for our signature, and I recommend that we approve signature and send them on to the auditor's office.
Second?
Okay, properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Do we have any other new business?
No.
Okay, seeing none, do we have any reports from any elected officials? Seeing none, okay. Reports from county commissioners. Sean?
Since last meeting, last Thursday, we had our Mylan Park board meeting in the morning. And in the evening, we had the MMMPO meeting, which all commissioners attended. On Friday, we had our regular extension walkthrough, and the building's progressing nicely. Our target date for occupancy by Ag and Extension Office is October 1, and we're 100% of our focus is meeting those dates, and there's no indication that we won't. Tuesday, we have our regular call with the contractors regarding the extension building meeting. And again, those meetings are very useful in making sure that we're dotting all of our i's and crossing all of our t's. This week is a fairly light schedule. On Sunday, we have our, Monday, we have our auditors training in Flatwoods, but we generally go down on Sunday, and then we have the training all day on Monday. And from a general standpoint, as everybody's aware, school's in session, W's in session. Usually the ride here in the morning takes me about 10 minutes. It took me a half hour just to get from Evansdale. So I hope everybody takes their time and has a lot of patience with all the additional people on the road. I personally moved my daughter to school on Monday, so it's a traumatic week in the Sikora household. And it's also my wife's birthday today, so I'd like to wish her a happy birthday. That's
Thank
all.
you.
Okay. Last Wednesday, Commissioner Bloom and I both attended the Artsmon Award ceremony, which was a good event. Friday, I did attend the meeting that we're having to present our case to the Junior Angus Show. This is proposed for 2023. I'd like to thank Mike Paul for providing me with a nice map of that gave an epicenter of 3-mile and 5-mile radius as to all the amenities that are currently available in our area for an event like this. Saturday, I had the privilege of serving as a judge for the Cutest Little Farmer contest at the fair, and I would personally like to thank all the citizens of the county for a great attendance and a great week. The fair broke records, and on Friday, there was an attendance of over 4,000 people at the fair. So a special thank you to all of you. Monday was 4-H Camp Board meeting at Camp Muffley, and yesterday, as Sean said, we had our extension center, and we'll be back Friday for the inspection that we have invited the CVB to come on site. Last night was the firemen's meeting. I'll go ahead and read this just simply. This is a training exercise that is being offered for first responders, haulers, veterinarians, and others who may be involved in managing a potential vehicular accident involving cattle, horses, and the like. And this is going to be in Ohio County, and it is in October, I believe the 4th. So if anybody needs any training in this, we have had accidents on the interstate. That's why I read it to the firemen last night. They're usually the first or second people on site if something happens. So there is a particular training, and I'm certain that Dana would be aware of this as well. So now, lastly, we have a scheduled tour of West Ridge coming up on Friday and Saturday. I would like to invite everybody to join me at the other livestock sale. I was there on Saturday at the fair, but at Wadestown. That's at 6 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Friday, I was fortunate to represent the county commissioners at President Gee's house for Your Community Foundation nonprofit. And as he spoke about the nonprofits, he took several minutes and praised the county commission. And I want to thank him for our relationship, for what we've done, what's about to happen on November 1st with the swimming complex, with the paving out there. So very, very appreciative of our working relationship, and said he looked forward to us. And I wanted to note that because he went out of his way to state that. Saturday, there's two events. Well, it's Saturday and Sunday. We have the powwow out at Mason-Dixon Park, and also we have the 3rd annual Cheat Lake Regatta presented by Wilson Works that closes the summer, as we jokingly say, and there will be fireworks there. So hopefully people will go out to that. Let's see, I think that was it. The final thing was, yes, you mentioned, was mentioned before about pedestrian safety. It was on the radio today. We have a video coming out on Thursday. We made last week that the city, the county, and WVU did. We put in 3 walking pedestrian areas that are danger points that we have put up signs and have push buttons for the people to understand. And unfortunately, we already had our first accident yesterday. So again, we're hopefully getting the people to understand. There's 2 sections of people we're trying to educate those who walk with their heads down, listening to their cell phones and music and don't look up, and the cars that don't realize that those people are walking with their heads down and aren't going to stop. So it's something we're all working on, and we've funded it, and we're going to continue working on that. So that's it. So I'm very excited about that video coming out. With that, do I have a
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second to adjourn. We be gone.